Welcome back to day 30 of our one pose a day for 100 days. Today's pose practice is going to be Cobra pose or Bhujangasana. And this one's on the floor typically, and I will demonstrate a way to maybe practice it against the wall if you're not quite yet ready to come down to the floor. But let's learn first and then we'll practice together. So let's start with our nice arriving breaths. Take the arms out to the side. Sitting or standing nice and tall, take a nice inhale, palms overhead, and exhale, lowering. Continuing as you add the head raise and look up towards the hands, exhaling chin to chest, letting yourself arrive to your one pose practice today. And take one more nice full breath, palms overhead, and exhaling, palms together and down. All right, let's get started. So Cobra pose is really nice for opening the front of the body, stretching the front of the chest, the belly, the hips, the thighs, and also giving a nice little back extension to offset some of that rounding from the sitting we do in our working and everyday lives. Want to do some safe practices, so I'll show you a couple versions of Cobra pose, but also to keep yourself safe. If you want to practice standing, well, imagine my chair is the wall, but you can also use a chair for this, but I think a wall is a little bit better because when you come to the wall, you're going to have your hands, same position we would on the floor. Your hands are just below the shoulders, right outside the chest with the elbows pressed in. So you could press your palms into the wall. Then you're going to act as if you're scrubbing the wall down as you lift your chest. You're going to let your pelvis and belly touch the wall. And you're arching the back slightly as you gently raise the head. Try not to drop the head back. Think of those shoulders drawing back and down. So you could do it with the high back chair, the same. Here I'm just going to think about pressing down on my chair back. Roll the shoulders back and lift the heart up towards the ceiling. And then release. So you can feel, it doesn't have to be a very big movement. You're lifting from the rib cage, the upper chest, upward towards the ceiling. So give that a try using the wall or maybe a high chair back. When we come down to the floor, you can use a blanket to give a little padding for the hips and the pelvis. Not necessary, but if you're on a hard surface, it might feel good. Just make sure you give yourself enough space. So we're watching first, then we'll practice together so that your arms can come either side of the rib cage. You can see my hips, my pelvis are padded by the mat, and the tips of my toes are on the mat or the floor. So some things to consider here. Sometimes it's taught with the legs either in line with the hips or the toes together, and that's okay too, but sometimes that can jam your sacrum or your lower back. I like to take the feet maybe about hip distance wide, pressing the toes, the top of the feet into the mat. And then again, my hands are either side of my rib cage, just below my shoulders, with the elbows drawing in. Imagine like little grasshopper legs. So I think about pressing my toes, pressing my pelvis, and then that little scrub action, I press the palms and lengthen my spine as I lift the chest. Keep those shoulders drawing back and down. I like to keep the gaze just slightly ahead of my mat. Certainly an option to lift a little higher, but you want to make sure you're not straining the neck or the back. This is strengthening all of the back muscles, and then we'll release. Now, another version you might see of Cobra pose is you extend the arms fully, but you keep the pelvis on the mat, the tops of the thighs. So you want to make sure you roll your shoulders back. They're not hunching up around your ears, not cramming anything. You're really pressing all the finger pads, rolling shoulder back, thinking of lifting the front of the body, lifting the heart, slightly lifting the gaze. Imagine a cobra coming out of its basket, pressing the tops of my feet down, and then I release. Now the version we're going to practice today is the one that's a little bit lower, elbows drawn in, and we lift looking slightly, just a little bit off the floor. Feel your hips, your pelvis pressing, and you'll notice that strength happening in the spine. We're going to practice that together. So take your second to set up. You can pause the video, get your blanket, and let's come on down onto our bellies. Okay, so here we are. Let's set up. Maybe your belly button's just at the top of your blanket. Feet are about hip distance or a little bit wider apart. Tops of the feet on the mat. Hands either side of your rib cage. Draw those elbows in. It's already strength you feel happening. Press all the finger pads down into the mat. Keep your gaze looking straight down at your mat, crown of the head reaching away. Think of engaging the pelvis down, tops of the feet. Scrub the hands like you want to lengthen your spine. Take a nice inhale. Lift the shoulders and chest. Keep your gaze outward to start. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice breath there. As you exhale, let's lower. Let's do a few dynamically. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Lift the body, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower. Let's do about 4 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Don't forget to press the tops of the feet or the toes. Roll the shoulders back. 2 more times. Really lengthening all the way up the spine. And 1 more. Let's come on down. Rest your forehead either on stacked fists or hands. Wiggle your hips just gently side to side. Loosen up the whole back, lower spine. Take a nice big breath in. Big breath out. Let the hips come to stillness. Take another breath. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Gently press up to hands and knees. Let's come into a nice extended child pose. Take the knees wide, big toes together. Sit your hips back toward your heels, however far they comfortably go. Nice long arms, gazing down at the mat, the floor beneath you. Just giving a little offset to that back extension, stretching out the spine. 1 more nice full breath here. And when you're ready, bring the hands under the shoulders. Let's press back up. Come to sit back down. Close our one pose practice today. So that is a version of Cobra pose that you can practice. Remember, you can also try it on the wall. Just really practicing that lift of the heart and the front of the body. All right, let's take our nice closing breath. Arms out to the side. Nice easeful inhale, palms overhead. Exhaling, palms together and down. I thank you all for joining this one pose practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some feedback, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.